this my hand? No. It's my weapon of choice. And also... Well, that ruined that intro. It's fine. It was all for fun. This mask broke at some point, and I can't find my hot glue gun, so I tried to tape it up, and that lasted about, what, 10 seconds? So, what's up, peeps? It's me, your boy, Mata MC. I mean, MC. Peeps, welcome back. We are live-ish in the Lego Lounge, and my intro wasn't that great because, peeps, I'm gonna be honest, this is not really well, it's gonna be a build, but it's more of a confession time. Wow, I'm stuck in my jacket and everything. I'll just throw that off to the side. This is a confession time, but it's gonna be, I got a story for y'all, and it's gonna take some time to explain. So what are we building today, peeps? Boom. Bionicle. Set number 8989, 52 pieces. This is Matanui. Now, all of this is going to tie in together, but you'll see it's going to take some explaining. So let's kick it off with the dad joke of the day. Spring is here. I got so excited I wet my plants. I wet my plants. So, I don't know how many of y'all are familiar with Bionicle. And I've talked about this a couple times on this channel, but I was huge into Bionicle back in the early 2000s. I was 18, 19, 20, and I collected so many of these, and they came in these, this was what, so I realize there's a Lego, but you can see how small that Lego symbol. Normally Lego is like, they make their symbol very obvious, but on these Bionicle, it was all about the big Bionicle. So I don't know how I never realized back then that these were Lego, but I didn't. I just thought that they were their own toy company, and I collected so many of them. And I can't even tell you. I can't tell you. This is one I always wanted and never got my hands on. In fact, I've had this for a year now. I bought it last May the 4th when the new Bricks and Minifigs in New Orleans opened up. We went down there and I found this and I was like, oh, I always wanted Matanui. And so I picked it up. And I did it. I Googled this morning just to see. This was originally $13, which when you do the math, that's 25 cents a piece. So even back then, this was way too pricey. But then that is not what I paid for this, because this is a very much retired set. And even as a used set, which, I would have preferred an unsealed set, but you can only do what you can do. So, it was almost $1 a piece. So, but I always loved this. I love that they came in these cool containers. You could build them, display them, play with them, and then when you're done, you get this sweet container left over. And obviously, people held on to them because then they stuck them back in these containers after they. In fact, before I went to build this today, it's been sitting over on my shelf for a year. And I hadn't even opened it. I hadn't even gone, like, it wasn't taped or anything. I just hadn't even taken the lid off of it to look inside. It was still fully assembled. Whoever built this last and traded it into Bricks and Minifigs, they just stuck the whole Matanui down inside there. I was like, wow. So, if you guys know, or if you don't, I guess, by the way, I did find the digital directions for this. I was shocked, but obviously, just like all Lego sets, it has its paper directions. And I'm just going to point out to some people who, may think I'm crazy, but even back then, Lego gave you this nice little picture. Said, "Oh, here's your bunch of parts. Now sort them out into piece types." Just saying. No knock on anybody who doesn't sort pieces. I'm just goofing around. But got this wonderful container here, and again, only 52 pieces. But here's what was cool about Bionicle, right? Not only did you have all these different sets, but if you got into it the way I did, there was the sets, but then much like Lego does even still today, it started out with some very basic characters, and then they built upon it. So they had some small little guys, and they kept getting bigger and bigger. Like this one is a pretty good size set. A lot of them were like, you know, maybe, I don't know, 20 pieces, 20, 30 pieces, something. I don't remember. It's been a very long time. And here's the reality. So I had a ton of these things back in the early 2000s. Our first child was born. We needed space in the house. And so it was like, okay, I got to get rid of these. Now, hindsight's 2020. I should have kept them all in these containers, boxed them up, put it in a storage location or something, because these things are so much more expensive today. I could have made money off of them or had them displayed, whatever. But I got rid of them all. But the thing was, all right, let's just, it's not a large build. It's only 52 pieces, so I know this is going to go quick, but, oh no. So, anyways, again, if you followed it the way I followed it, it wasn't just about the game or the sets. There was so much more to it. There was the sets, there was comics, there was movies, there was TV shows. I mean, Lego took this thing all the way. I mean, they were doing so much to get you, the kid, and I was an adult by that point. Adult. Obviously, I know better now. But they were doing everything they could to get you to buy into this, into the system. And again, so much so that I didn't even realize, and I know it's probably because I was young and dumb, but I didn't even realize it was Lego. I just thought Bionicle was its own thing. Never really paid that close attention, just liked them and collected them, right? And so, gosh, I know, I'm sidetracking. I collected these things like crazy, and I was all about it until I could no longer have them because we needed space and we needed more money. You know, I was buying these things on a pretty regular basis. And what did I do? I already took a picture of the pile. And so, what is the point of this story, MC? What is your confession? I'm getting there, I promise. They created a crazy immersive world, and I was so into it, and I loved it, and I ended up having to get rid of it in order to be an adult, a real adult, to be a parent. And I've heard rumor that they may bring Bionicle back, but I haven't seen anything hard writing, but I don't know what that means in hard writing. Is there a soft writing, MC? I told y'all, my brain don't work normal. I can't even think of English. English is hard. So, anyways, where was I going? I tried to plan this story out in my head earlier so that I wouldn't be all over the place, and yet here I am nonetheless. I'm all over the place, and I can't remember what I wanted to tell y'all. Bionicle was a lot, right? And it really sucked you in because, again, it wasn't just a Lego set. It was, and again, to my knowledge now, if you guys know something different, let me know in the comments. But to my knowledge, this was a completely Lego created creation. I don't think this was like something they went out and licensed, like somebody else made it first, and then Lego licensed it and made sets and everything else. I'm like 99% sure this was all Lego's doing. They came up with the stories, the characters. One of the coolest part about Bionicle was they all had their own special masks. That's why I wore the mask. So they all had their own special mask that went with each character, but you could mix and match the masks, like, so immersive. And I loved it. Loved every bit of it. By the way, I don't even know if all the pieces are here. So fingers crossed. Thankfully, I've got my bucket of spare parts down there in case something is wrong, but we'll find out. I definitely bought this used. Okay, so why is this confession time? I messed up, peeps. Because I know this all about now, like, that I've come back into the Lego fold, and I've been collecting for a couple, 3 years now, and I've seen how Lego does things. They're very smart. They're very good at marketing. So we'll take this back. I need to turn the fan on though. Probably about 3 to 4 weeks ago, somebody put a post up. I was scrolling Facebook, which my Facebook algorithm is almost entirely Lego at this point. I've curated all the junk out because there's I don't like politics and nonsense. And so scrolling, and I found this Lego group post, and it was a picture of a new somebody was literally specifically pointing out the fact that they had these minifig helmets, and the minifig helmets looks like, I'll throw a picture up on the screen, but it looks like a little Roman gladiator helmet, right? So it's got the tight sides, and it comes down around the side of the face, and then it's got the crest up on top. And I was like, oh, I like that. And y'all know I'm not a crazy minifig guy. And again, no offense to anybody that is, but I don't go like, oh my God, I gotta get this minifig, I gotta get that minifig. Like, I don't sweat them. I like them, but they're not the most important part of Lego building for me, because it's like, what, 3 or 4 pieces and you're done. But I saw these and I was like, ooh, that is really cool. I don't know why. I have a really, I've always had a strong draw towards Greek and Roman mythology and history and stuff like that. And I love the Roman gladiator helmets and their sword, the gladius. Like, it's always been really cool to me. So when I saw that, I was like, ooh, and I asked the guy in the comments, I was like, what is this from? Because I don't think if I remember correctly, he didn't show the whole pose, like the whole set. He just showed that character. He's like, oh, it's from this Lego Dreamzzz set. And I was like, huh. And I've seen Dreamzzz as I'm scrolling through Lego.com, but I never really paid much attention to it. Caveat to that though, have had Lego Dreamzzz, the TV show, saved. You can kind of start seeing where I'm going with this. Haven't had it saved as a show to watch on my Netflix watch list for a while now, but I just never bothered. I just like, all right, I'll get to it when I get to it. Random piece just sitting here on my table. So, I went in, I found that set. I went in real quick and I just hit it and sent it to a wish list, and I was like, I'll check it out later. I was busy or something. Or maybe I just wanted to scroll more. I don't know. A couple weeks go by, finally go back in there. I look at what this set is. I was like, all right, this is kind of neat. I could see myself buying this set. And there was actually, I think, 2 different sets that had those gladiator style helmets. And so I was like, all right, I'll look at it and I'll think about it. I've got other sets that I'm really, really wanting right now, but that is a maybe. Then, about a week ago, I was like, let me check out this Lego Dreamzzz TV show. Turned it on. And then I started noticing, Because, I think somewhere in between when I decided, yeah, I might want those couple sets, and when I finally watched the show, I think I might have looked at one or two other Dream sets, and I was like, this is kind of neat. I like the colors and such. So then I watched the TV show. I'm probably about 10 episodes into the first season as of this recording, but I started noticing the sets from Lego on the TV show, and I was like, ooh, those look really cool. And now I know what they are. So then I made the big mistake of going back to Lego.com and pulling up just the theme Dreamzzz. And I'm starting looking at these sets, and more of them are starting to look good to me. Then I messed up again. And I typed in the old Googles. I said, Lego Dreamzzz Wikipedia. And it pulls me up a page and shows me every set that has ever come out for Dreamzzz. I don't know which came out first. The set, I didn't look that deep. I don't know what came first, the sets or the TV show, or maybe they did them as a kind of like Bionicle. Kind of did them as a combined theme to suck you in, right? And I started looking at all the sets because there's sets they've only been around since 2023. Believe it or not. And they only have about 40 something sets in total in that 2 years. So the gears started spinning, and I started looking at more sets, and I started finding them online, and they're not hard to find. And now this is the part that kind of confuses me, because it seems like a really cool theme. Maybe because it's targeted at a younger audience. What is this targeted at? 7 to 16. See, that's so funny too. Like, now they just do 7+, 8+, 16+, whatever. It's just 7 to 16. Anyways, maybe because it's targeted at a younger audience. I don't know. But they don't seem to be going up in value after they retire. They seem to be going down, which is okay for me because I don't ever plan to sell my sets. I can't say what I'll feel in 10 years, but as of today, I don't have any plans to sell my sets. So if I can get stuff cheaper, great. But I'm sucked in now, guys. I should have known what Lego was doing, because I remember this time in my life. I had to have every Bionicle out there, and then eventually I had to get rid of them. But I'm at a different point in my life now. My children are growing up. I'm retired. I don't have a bunch of crazy responsibilities other than to spend time with my family and take care of my house. So I should have known better. I have too many Lego themes, people. I've got Batman, I've got Cars, I've got Star Wars, I've got Disney, I've got Zelda and Brickheads and just random things like typewriters. There's so many things that MC loves, and now I've thrown a whole new monkey wrench into my bucket of monkeys, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I am so in love with Lego Dreamzzz. What was I thinking? Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. This is gonna be a fast build. I'm gonna go ahead and build this. We'll talk a little at the end, but I'll probably cut all this early nonsense out and I'll put out this video, but then I'll probably cut it out and make just a short of the speed build or something. I don't know, but Peeps, you must like me if you're still here listening to this wacky rant of mine. So thank you for coming. And on that note, let's just build. We're gonna go with a top down. Peeps. There it is. There is the whole Matanui build. Now, I did discover there were 2 pieces missing. One of them I was able to replace, although, as you can see, it's very loose. I'm gonna have to see if I can find a better replacement piece in my bucket O pieces, but for now, it fits. And the other one is there's supposed to be a little spiked ball that goes in here, and then these little claws here expand once you stick it in there, and then you can squeeze it and fire it off. And then also there's this cool little dial on the back that I was showing you guys in the close-up, that I guess there's also a game, because I'm telling you, Lego had thought this out, just like they're doing with Dreamzzz now. Lego had thought this out so much. There's a whole game that goes along with this that you can play, and I guess this is your number of lives on the back of his back here. But man, I'm so happy with this. Like I said, this was one of those, they had vehicles. Look at this back side of this manual is great. There's so many things, so many little extras. Let me see if it's all in here. There's so many little cool extra things going on. Like, look, there was the LegoClub.com, Lego Club magazine. Let me pull this back up real quick. They had the Bionicle movie, and then they had all these different sets. Like, this is one of the cool things I do miss about the old school stuff, is they always had all these different ads. I don't know if, now I'm blanking, but I think these were like, hey, these are what are coming in the future, or maybe they were just like, hey, these are all those things. But bam, Bionicle action figure game, and even gave you the instructions on how to play the game. There was, like I said, this little spiked ball that was supposed to go in his little arm there, but it is missing, so that's a little bit of a bummer, but I'll have to see if I can get online and maybe find that one missing piece. But then he looks really cool. Obviously this is not some like mind-blowing difficult build. There's a few Technic pieces, but most of it was like ball joints and stuff. But I gotta say, considering that almost all the pieces are here, and considering that this is I think they said this came out in 2001, which if that's the case, this is a, 23-year-old set. Oh, this says 2009. Even still, that's pretty. I think maybe I was reading earlier about Bionicle and I saw like 2001 was a big year or something. I don't know. But, even still, everything is really nice and tight. Nothing is like feeling loose, like it's, worn out or anything. Like, he looks really cool. I love all these weapons they had, and you can swap out the gray ones for the yellow ones. And then when he's not using them as weapons, there is like armor, really cool chest plate, the mask. I mean, the masks were just, that was one of the biggest fun side things about Bionicle was the masks. Let's see. This is the piece that I was missing, and now I can't get this one out. I gotta see if I can find another one. This is like one of those little half plugs, except it's slightly longer than the modern ones. The little I don't know, it's like a Technic pin, but like one side of the pin goes all the way in and the other one is just like a little partial pin. And the older one, the one that came with the set, it's like 50% longer on the short side. If all that makes sense. But anyways, I'll goof around with it and see if I can find something that makes it fit better. But for now, it's serving its purpose, and it's just going to get displayed. So, not a huge deal either way. I like it, and I always wanted this set. Now I have it, and now it's built. I don't know what I'll do if they bring back Bionicle, because gosh, I really loved Bionicle. But now I'm so obsessed with Dreamzzz, peeps. I'll tell you the one that really sparked me. Well, obviously I talked about it at the beginning. The Roman gladiator helmets, I just thought were fantastic. But the set that really sparked my interest is they've got this big, I'll throw it, but it's a big, I think it's called like the Nightmare Shark. I haven't actually, no, I lie. I have seen it once in the show, but it was very briefly. I don't even know if they named it in the show. But it looks so cool. I think the thing I really like about the Dream sets was one of the things that I really liked about the Bionicle sets is they have just really different colors. It's not black and gray and brown and blue. It's not just the standard colors. They're real vibrant neon colors, even when you watch the cartoon. And again, I know it's childish, but I don't care. I can be a child now. My kids are almost grown. I can be a child. It's fine. So, yeah, I'm in love with the Dreamzzz theme. I have not purchased any of them yet, but my desire to buy them all is strong right now. So, I'm gonna have to figure this one out. But I would say, look forward in the future to see an MC build some Lego Dreamzzz with 3 Z's, because you know they're extra tired. Everybody's got their thing, and I've got too many things. And I messed up. I shouldn't have looked. I should have kept my eyes on the themes that I know, and don't go chasing waterfalls. These are my confessions. Just when I thought I built all I could build, my email said I got one on the way. Oh, peeps. You know, if you guys are still here with me, you guys you're the MVPs. You're the real ones. So thank you for coming. I hope you guys enjoyed all the nonsense that comes out of my head. And I hope you guys come back and nobody got scared away. You know, I'll know after this comes out, and I'll see subscribers going down. Like, MC, you fully lost it. Sorry. If you guys enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends, family, anybody you think you'd enjoy this. Leave me a comment down below. Did you guys ever build the Lego Bionicles? These were my jam back in the day. And what do you guys think about Dreamzzz? Because oh man, I'm so in love with them now. I know I shouldn't be, but they got me. They got me. Lego's so good at what they do. There's so many other companies out there, and they're all wonderful. Lego knows how to get me every time. Hope you guys had fun. I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, holla!